again to the big match, and today 3 games from the First Division, 2 of them at the centre of the relegation issue. Spurs against struggling Queen's Park Rangers, Derby County getting deep into trouble and their match against Nottingham Forest, and towards the top as Leeds go looking for a place in Europe, their match against Aston Villa. And a really exciting bonus today as Golden Goals time comes round once more. And as a preview, we've packaged together the 12 best goals of the season on the big match, and that's a package not to be missed. But first of all today we go off to White Hart Lane, the home of Tottenham, on London's warmest Easter Saturday for 30 years. And in another sense, I suppose, the heat was really on for the visitors, QPR.
Queen's Park Rangers come out on a day that will go a long way towards deciding whether or not they will be a First Division side next season. It's a beautiful day here at White Hart Lane, but it's not the weather that's on the mind of Rangers men. They know if they lose here today, their hopes of staying in the First Division become really remote. But at least on this crucial day, they can welcome back Gerry Francis after suspension. He was sent off at Bolton last week. And also in the side, Mickey Walsh, Rangers' recent signing from Everton. That's in a swap deal that took Peter Eastoe to Goodison Park. And today, Stan Bowles is brought back to the side after missing 3 games. Manager Steve Burtonshaw hoping that the rest and Stan's experience will be decisive here. So this is the Spurs side then that QPR face. A new name in their defence is Paul Miller, who made his first appearance at Arsenal on Tuesday night. John Lacey is injured. No Osvaldo Ardiles, he's having a rest. But Ricardo Villa keeps his place at number 11. And here is Paul Miller, a teenager from Stepney. He's played here at Tottenham since he was a boy of 14. Meanwhile, Rangers themselves are without defender Ian Gillard. Martin Busby comes back into the side in midfield, and Barry Wallace is their substitute at Tottenham here today. The referee today, it's Lester Shapter from Devon, and although all reserve seats have been sold here, it does look as though the Sun has kept quite a few people in their gardens instead of letting them out onto the White Hart Lane terraces. So Queen's Park Rangers in the all dark strip kick off, attacking the goal to our left. Spurs in their customary white shirts. Rangers just 24 hours after they'd gone through the mud of Loftus Road to get a goalless draw against Norwich. And the Spurs were really relaxing. It's just a question of how much that may have taken out of them mentally and physically when they, of course, find themselves, Rangers, in such a desperate plight, having won only 1 of their last 18 games, and they've not won in their last 6. And against that, one further statistic is that Spurs have won only 1 of their last 10 at home, and on a ground where for so many years they were invincible. That in itself is quite an amazing record. Here's Barry Daines with the ball now for Tottenham. Chris Jones jumping there with Martin Busby. There's Perryman. And Paul Miller planting it forward. Touched in again there. Hollins right back there. And a shot by John Pratt that wasn't really very far away and gave Rangers that very early scare. The long ball, in fact, that had the beating of John Hollins there. And Alvini. Stopped by Gerry Francis. A bad place to lose it on the edge of the penalty area like that. Can they make something of it? Here's Roda. No, McAllister is nicking that away for Tottenham, and it's Villa who takes it up now. Over the head of Hollins for Hoddle. Jones. Villa. And a goal. Francis. Walsh. Miller coming out to try and stop him, but Walsh getting a good cross in there. Oh, that only wanted a touch from Goddard and it didn't quite get it. But there's Hollins in there, battling away, trying to get the ball through to Walsh, but it was catching him on the wrong foot. It's a Spurs throw, it's Hoddle with it. Really baking hot day at the moment here. Spurs, and for Rangers, having played on a very muddy pitch yesterday where good skillful football was almost impossible. Here they've got a good firm pitch. Taylor. Hoddle. Oh, Chris Jones. Oh, and a good save. Well, Derek Richardson did so well there because it was a mistake by Ernie Howe, and Jones was through, playing it low down by the sole side of the goalkeeper, his right-hand side, but Richardson was down in a flash to stop it. Taylor with the corner towards Villa. Oh, to Pratt, and again the keeper's done well for Rangers. Taylor's corner, Villa with a lot of space to head it in, and Pratt also with the header, and Richardson turning it over. Derek Richardson, the man who took over from Phil Parkes, and they wondered, the Rangers fans, whether he was up to it. Well, he's shown good form in that last minute here today. Goddard. Here's Walsh. And onside, Dave Clement. That's a surprise for Spurs. They found him onside, and he scored. Dave Clement has scored, and Spurs as one man are looking to the linesman. They can't believe that Clement was onside. But the linesman here with the yellow flag, Mr. Richardson of Kent, kept that flag down. Steve Perriman, in fact, coming across towards him and having a word. Clement going through there, onside, said the linesman, and then he kept his nerve enough to take it round Barry Daines, and as Spurs tried to get back, he side-footed into the net. Spurs 0, QPR 1.
First goal scored in 13 minutes and 50 seconds.
Well, that really has stunned the White Hart Lane crowd, and it stunned the Spurs players. Now Hoddle. Hoddle taking it back again. Perriman's right in there. And Perriman has equalised within a minute. 1-1. Spurs to make their reply, and again there was a certain amount of slackness in that QPR defence, allowing Perriman, who's been right up front from the word go, to press the ball down, take it round Derek Richardson. 1-1, Spurs 1, QPR 1, Steve Perriman. So relief on the Spurs bench there that they've got back in nice and quickly into this game. The throw given to Tottenham. Villa to Pratt. Dangerous cross coming in again. Oh, and Hoddle only needed a touch there. And Rangers were almost dead, and it's not out of play yet. Maybe the linesman is flagging, yes, there was an infringement as that ball came in, but it was certainly an exciting moment. Crossed in well there by Pratt. And Hoddle wasn't far from touching it in, but it wouldn't have counted. A free kick for QPR, Derek Richardson with it. Free kick already taken. It's with Walsh. McAllister played back again. McAllister played in nicely and accurately there for Perriman. Pratt wants to take it up, and they get in each other's way, and Goddard leaves it for Bowles. Left foot played out here again. Onside is Walsh. Crossed in there towards Martin Busby, and here's Paul Miller with a chance to get it away now. Pratt. Miller again. Oh, good bit of play there by Busby for Goddard. Walsh is waiting in the middle, and it could be a goal. Oh! He dived in there as the ball came bouncing up, but as he dived, the linesman put his flag up for an offside on this side. So Goddard playing it in very sensibly. Walsh doing his best to get to it, but the flag was up. 20 minutes gone, plenty of goalmouth excitement, and a goal apiece, 1-1. Well, that was some ball. Velia. Oh. A great ball by Hoddle. And then Velia showing his immense strength in shaking off the Rangers defender. An almost lazy shot there, which in fact just deflected and did deflect for a corner. Pratt with the Spurs corner. Oh, I thought for a moment that Richardson had completely misjudged it. He went for it, stopped. Big enough man to be able to just come back there, reach up and grab it. Walsh and McAllister. Clement. Alvelia. Pratt away on the left. That's a good cross coming in to Chris Jones, and nodded away that time by Ernie Howe for the corner. Again, a good break by John Pratt, playing his 301st game for Tottenham, incidentally, today. Jones is right in there, but Ernie Howe turning it away for the corner, which Peter Taylor will take. Hoddle and Jones on the Queen's Park Rangers goal line. Taylor's corner, a very deep one. Pratt nodding it back in there again, a goal kick. Yes, 301 games. His 300th was at Arsenal on Tuesday night. Now Hollins for QPR. Goddard chasing, Miller going with him, and Goddard with a chance of getting in here. Taking it too wide now, I think. Spurs with a chance to get men back, and then in the end it was McAllister who had to get it away. Well, Goddard outfoxed Paul Miller there, and it looked as though his best chance had gone when he was forced away out to the byline, crossed in, and at the other end we had Chris Jones just beaten in the nick of time by Derek Richardson. So a good head out at one end by McAllister, and a timely interception by Richardson at the other. And at the other end of the field, that's one goalkeeper. We should look at the goalkeeper at the other end, though, because Barry Daines is injured, and in fact was on his knees just a moment ago. Taylor. Velia. Too strong for Taylor. And again, Barry Daines is on his hands and knees. And the crowd are doing their best to attract the referee's attention, which they've now done. Clemens and Derek Richardson and Don Shanks. A council of war there in the QPR defence. Barry Daines okay. And a throw, which Nader will take. Taylor robbed by Francis. Walsh, Francis, as the half-time whistle goes. And Rangers, who desperately need this win today, and it really is a desperate plight that they're in at the moment. Barry Danes limping off, and it looked as though Rangers might be on their way when Dave Clement gave them that lead with 14 minutes gone, but within a minute Steve Perryman had gone through for the equaliser for Tottenham. I think we might get a very interesting second half as well, wondering above all just how yesterday's exertions against Norwich in the mud will affect Rangers in the second half here. But a half-time score then at White Hart Lane, which is Spurs 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. We'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to White Hart Lane. Spurs then get us away, attacking the goal to our left with a score at 1-1. The teams met at Loftus Road earlier in the season. It finished 2-2.
And next match is at White Hart Lane on Saturday, 21st of April.
And the loudspeaker going on and on, although the game has already started. Here's Francis.
And on Wednesday, the 25th of
now
April.
Stan Bowles. Hoddle. And Francis with a chance to break from deep. And he held off long enough to find Hollins here on the left. Poor cross from Hollins, but it comes for Goddard. Goddard back to Hollins again. Walsh on this side. And a throw to Queen's Park Rangers. Bowles, a little bit of magic there. And not a bad cross either. All the way down there. And Jerry Francis over the top. Well, Bowles with his bit of magic. And a good little cross that came in. And the Spurs defender really did nothing to help his defence. And it came through for Jerry Francis. And over the top. On goes Villa. Pass Road. There's the pass for Pratt. Ball played in early towards Chris Jones. Hollins only half getting it away. A chance for Villa. And a good save by Richardson. Pratt turning it in again, but it's gone behind for the goal kick. Well, the goalkeeper is down injured. And there's another defender down injured on the edge of the 6-yard area as well. Ernie Howe. And it certainly looked like goal number 2 there when Ricardo Villa came through. But what a brave piece of keeping by Derek Richardson, really smothering that shot as Villa came in. And Pratt then turning it behind for the goal kick. So beaten 1 Derek Richardson, but he's made 2 or 3 really excellent saves here for Rangers today. Roda. Roda caught in possession, but I think Richardson will do the necessary. Well, what's he done? He's given it straight to... Not an amazing goal! Oh, my goodness! Well, that would have been one of the most amazing goals you could ever wish to see. The crowd everywhere are applauding the quick thinking of Chris Jones. Because when Roda lost the ball and had to be rescued by Richardson, Richardson came out and then gave the ball to Jones, who hit that one straight back in there with the goalkeeper stranded. So near to being an amazing goal for Tottenham. Well, maybe they're going to get one now. No, the whistle had gone. No, it hadn't. The ball back to Richardson, though. And the crowd still buzzing with that amazing incident of a moment ago. Well, I really thought we were going to get a goal for the archives there from Chris Jones. Seems to be getting better minute by minute so far as his injury is concerned now. And yet really, in the last half an hour of this game, there should be tremendous urgency now from QPR, standing here at 1-1, with a real incentive to go hard for this second goal. That's just what Jerry Francis is doing, and here's Goddard, and my word, they nearly had it. It was Barry Danes, still injured from just before half-time, and Francis really battling for that ball and winning it, the sort of urgency that Rangers have got to show now. Through to Goddard, and it was well held by Danes. Villa playing it on now for Peter Taylor. Played in now for Chris Jones, and Richardson out quickly enough to get to it. Perryman, well, dispossessing Jerry Francis, getting past Roda and playing it back here to Villa. Well, he wanted too much time and space, and Rangers breathe again. But here's Pratt. Taylor, and Hoddle playing it through for John Pratt, and into the side netting. Great long run by John Pratt, in fact. Taylor was involved in it, and it's Hoddle's ball that eventually finds Pratt on the right-hand side of the goal. He hadn't got quite enough steam or direction to worry Queen's Park Rangers, but it's a corner. It's the corner. Villa just getting a touch to it, Busby getting it away. Steve Burtonshaw, a man under enormous pressure, trying to keep Rangers in the First Division. So Bowles played in for Busby, no foul there, and Hoddle playing it between the legs of Francis, and away go Spurs, with Taylor away on the right. That's a beautiful ball played by Hoddle for Taylor, just kept in. Turning Shanks one way, then the other, a low cross coming in, and Richardson getting down well at the feet of Jones. Villa, Perryman, and Taylor. It's a lovely cross by him. Richardson in a bit of trouble, but got it bravely at the second go. Fine work by Taylor, though, having got round his man and right to the byline. What a lovely cross it was, always swinging away from the big QPR keeper, who needed 2 goes at it. Pratt towards Jones, Perryman, Naylor, Holmes, Taylor battling away there and winning against Busby, and now it's Chris Jones. A lot of space here for Perryman. Spurs continuing to have the upper hand, but it's still 1-1. Here's Hoddle, played in again towards Chris Jones, and the header is wide of the mark. So a goal kick for QPR. Hoddle, played back for Naylor. And somehow that was kept in, but now it's out of play. It's a throw for Rangers. And I think the referee might well consider we've had enough. But for a moment it looked as though Mickey Walsh might get in there, until it was a timely challenge by Don McAllister that got the ball away for Spurs. Well into time added on for stoppages. Another look at the referee's watch, and now the whistle has gone with a 1-1 draw. 1 point for QPR on a day really when they were looking for 2, but on a day when really Dave Clement gave them the lead, and then Steve Perryman hit back within a minute to make it 1-1. On a day really when, if they were worth their draw, Queen's Park Rangers, they were hardly worth any more, except that their skipper John Hollins set a magnificent example right the way through. There's Steve Perryman, the other scorer, and the other skipper. Hollins set a great example, and Derek Richardson, of course, made a couple of really outstanding saves that saved Queen's Park Rangers from defeat. So as the teams go away to the dressing rooms, and Queen's Park Rangers go away wondering what their fate is going to be for the rest of this season, and then indeed what is more important, the coming season, we leave White Hart Lane with a final score here. Spurs 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1.
All right. Right, our second match today. For that we go to the healthier climate in the First Division, where Leeds United are still well enough placed to be looking for European football in the UEFA Cup next season. Yesterday they were at home to Aston Villa. Yorkshire television cameras were at Elland Road, the commentators Martin Tyler. Leeds here are in white.
Here's a competitive Scottish winger, Arthur Graham. Going against Gibson. But invariably, Leeds finding on them very quickly. As Cropley was there on Flynn. And here's Dean. Little, if he looks right, he's got spare men. So too has Dean. Cowans and Gidman. This is Cowans. Little and Dean waiting in the middle. It comes for Brian Little. Well, signs there that this diminutive striker may be getting his touch back in front of goal. Building nicely on the right. Cowan's ball in and the volley from Little. So again, Leeds mass in the Villa penalty area, and this time they work a decoy. Hawley produces a corner. Eddie Gray coming over to take it. Villa have brought John Dean back to mark Trevor Cherry right in the centre of the goal. And Evans is picking up Hart. Bent in towards Paul Hart, who scores. 21 minutes gone, and Leeds, after battering away, not entirely convincingly, work the goal from the set piece. Eddie Gray's corner, and Hart getting up so well, and with the help of the inside of the far post, Leeds United lead Aston Villa by a goal to nil. Madeley. Came down for Evans. Now Cowans. Cherry determinedly getting back. Away from Hart. Won well by Hawley. Although I think the whistle has gone. Cowans is talking to the referee. Hankin and Gibson are down. It was Ray Hankin going in on Gibson, and he was late. Hankin also hurt, and I suppose one has to say that he's a player at the moment with a reputation, Ray Hankin. Harris into injury time. Taking on Gibson. Out from McNaught. Cherry. Harris Hurd will have to stay on side. Hawley. Hurd. The post. And then I think hit Rimmer. Well, the most incisive Leeds move of the half in injury time. Hurd played his part as a decoy initially to allow Harris to get in the cross, and when Hawley laid it back, Hurd's shot hit the post.
So, a 1-0 win for Leeds, who stay on course to get back into Europe next season. And coming up a little later, a rather special Leeds United goal. That's one of the 12 best of the season that we've had on the big match as we start our golden goals sequence. Don't miss that. But now it's more First Division action as we go back to the bottom of the table to catch up with Derby County's efforts to get away from the relegation area. Yesterday they were at home to Nottingham Forest, really. Brian Clough returning to his former club. And it was a game covered by ATV with the commentator Hugh Johns and Derby County in the white shirts.
This is Crawford placing it, but the number 7, Steve Carter. No, it's going to be taken by Crawford. Good try, hit the post from Powell. Goal. What a beautiful try from Steve Powell. Fabulous corner from Crawford. Marvellous flashing header from Steve Powell. Hit the underside of the bar and came out to safety. And Shilton was a bit lucky to grab the second shot in, but that first one was a beaut. It's Burns, Robertson, all off to Francis. Little touch for Birtles. And Francis has got the pace to get there again, and he was certainly pulled down. Being handled off then, I would have said that was more a penalty-type offence than obstruction, which is what referee Kirkpatrick has given, but he sees it from the angle of a referee tight down there. And an indirect free kick. And it's the signal of that left hand of referee Kirkpatrick. Now he's got to get him 10 yards back. There's a wall of 5 on McCullough's near post. They're certainly not 10 yards from the ball. There's 6 in the wall now, plus Frank Clark. They're still not 10 yards back. Robertson's going to take it, and Francis is going to drive it. And it was Moreland who came and charged the attempt of Trevor Francis away. Woodcock. Good skills. Oh, beautiful goal! Gary Beckles picks it up. 1-0. 27 minutes of the first half. Gary Birtles scores his 24th goal of the season. But what a bit of skill from Tony Woodcock as he goes to the line, leaving 2 Derby men stranded. The ball across the face of the goals, and Birtles the header on the near post. Robertson now. Birtles. Robertson, ball aimed on for Woodcock, and he got there. And Birtles is in, and O'Neill is striding away on the far side, but Woodcock's going down here. He looks up for O'Neill to score goal number 2. Beautiful bit of work again. There's Forest forward line, rampant, 2-0 up, 34 minutes gone. And Tony Woodcock, the man who set up the first goal, was the man who sets up the second. Birtles sends him into the corner. Woodcock looks up, sees O'Neill unmarked on the far side of the box. The ball perfectly placed for a neat header from Martin O'Neill. Buckley. Epsom. And Epsom giving Anderson a hard time. Giving everybody a hard time. Oh, Paul Epsom is entitled to that round of applause. He took on some pretty experienced internationals then, and he left him for dead as he goes to the line. And the ball back was causing Forest trouble too. Carter then with the corner. That's Wicks. And that's a goal. No! Well, it's a goal now for Webb. 2-1 to score. 42 minutes gone. Carter's corner. Wicks gets a touch. Powell thought he'd scored as he hit the underside of the bar, as he had done earlier. And Dave Webb was there gratefully knocking in his first goal. First goal for Derby. Powell's header. Langan. Carter. Greenwood. Carter. Hit Burns' heel. He didn't know too much about it. Free kick as Woodcock was brought down. Joint forces of Carter and Powell. So Frank Clark with the free kick. Turned in by Woodcock. Birtles down to Woodcock. Woodcock to Birtles. Drove it hard and it hit McKellar's legs, but he did the right thing. He got all his body in line with the shot. Ball taken away by Derby. Brought out now by Langan. To Greenwood. And the ball continuing in Derby's favour, so the free kick not given. Greenwood taking it up again for Derby. This ball into Crawford, the return ball for Greenwood, and it nearly worked. It really nearly works, but we got an offside flag on the far side of the field. And referee Kirkpatrick overrules his linesman and says that was perfectly okay. So if that 1-2 passing movement between Crawford and Greenwood had produced a shot on target, it would have counted. As it didn't, it just produces this corner. Forward down and it's Empson trying it. Morland, Wicks drives it and hit the inside of the post. Oh, there's a hoodoo on Derby this afternoon. Empson, Morland, O'Shawley. Offside is off. Offside flag was up this time. Well, there is no justice at all for Derby. 3 times now this afternoon they've hit the posts. That time a superb cross back which had Forrest in trouble, and Wicks, looking for his first goal for Derby since he joined him from Chelsea, hit a tremendous shot, beat Shilton inside of the post and out. Meantime, Woodcock comes back for Forrest. And a chance for Bowyer. Oh, side netting, and the crowd thought it was in. And once again, Tony Woodcock, the architect of things up front, that time wriggling his way in, half chance back to Bowyer, who did well, had to beat one man himself and then go, and his shot into the side netting. 2-1 the score. It was 1-1 up at the City Ground in Nottingham earlier this season. And Daly got a penalty and Woodcock scored for Forrest. Oh, and Trevor Francis trickles his way right through. He's being chased by Wicks in the box and aimed for the far post. The sand took the pace off the ball and McCullough makes the save, but that was a scintillating little bit of football from Trevor Francis. And just inside the Derby half, wriggling his way from defenders, going all the way on his own. On a good pitch, that hard-driven shot would have found the far corner probably. But on this pitch, the sand takes the steam off the ball and McCullough makes an easy save.
And in the end, it's a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. But now let's take a look at the bottom of the table. We've already shown you that Queen's Park Rangers have 5 games left, 3 at home and 2 away. Wolves, who got a point at Birmingham yesterday, have 4 at home and 3 away. And Derby have 5 left, 2 at home on that terrible Derby County pitch. It's a sandpit. In fact, Tommy Docherty says they're not so much selling season tickets for next season as deck chairs, and 3 away. So there's a lot can happen yet at the bottom of the First Division. Now it's time for Golden Goals, or at least it's the preview to it. The actual competition starts next week. But now, as usual, we give you a reminder of some of the most explosive moments of the season so far. In fact, I can't remember when we've had so many good goals to choose from. And from a long list, we've picked out these 12. Nothing for you to do today, incidentally, except enjoy them, of course. The voting starts next week when we've narrowed the field down to a final 6. At any rate, here's the top 12. Goal number 1 is by Liam Brady for Arsenal against Leeds United at Highbury on the first day of the season.
Paul Hart, who's got caught in possession there. Here are Arsenal marauding away again with MacDonald and Brady linking up well. Stapleton's up there. MacDonald's looking for it too. Oh, what a goal!
Goal number 2, it's by Terry McDermott. It was scored for Liverpool against Spurs at Anfield.
Ray Kennedy to Dalglish. Johnson, and Johnson the ball into acres of empty space for Highway, and Highway a brilliant crossback.
Goal number 3, it's by Andy Gray for Aston Villa against Birmingham City at St Andrews.
High hanging ball. Good throw, setting Mortimer loose. Gray and Little. And Gray. Here comes Gray with the first goal. Yes, Andy Gray.
Goal number 4, this is the one by Tony Curry for Leeds United against Southampton at Elland Road.
Curry. Oh, my goodness! And Tony Curry milks the applause that is so deserved.
Goal number 5. It's by Brian Robson for West Ham United against Wrexham at the Racecourse Ground.
Still West Ham press forward. Pat Holland. Robson. Oh, what a great goal. What a great goal.
And goal number 6. This one by Len Cantello for West Bromwich Albion against Manchester United at Old Trafford.
Cunningham again. Past Koppel. Past McCreary. Regis wanting one chipped in. No, it's played in low for him. Back heel for Cantello. What a magnificent goal. What a great goal.
Goal number 7. This is by Cyril Regis, also for West Bromwich Albion, also against Manchester United.
Cunningham letting the ball beat Houston, and he's away again to show that pace and grace and control. Just a nicely weighted little pass for Ali Brown, who's turned inside Brian Greenoff. On for Regis. Oh, what a goal!
Goal number 8 by Peter Barnes for Manchester City. This came against Tottenham at White Hart Lane.
And again, Watson out jumping everybody to get it clear, and a chance for a break here now for Manchester City as Owen finds Barnes. Now, can Barnes get the better of play? Owen's right in there, but Barnes may not need him. What a beautiful goal!
Goal 9. This is by Tony Brown for West Bromwich Albion against Leeds United at the Hawthorns.
Aggressively and entertainingly going forward, trying to pull Leeds out of position. Good work. Cantello, Brown. Oh, yes! Oh, yes, sir! Tony Brown.
Goal 10. This is won by Alan Devonshire for West Ham United against Newcastle United at Upton Park.
Down for West Ham. Now to go a long way. Can he do something with it? Well, here's Devonshire quickly on that one. Devonshire all the way through. And a goal. Beautifully placed. West Ham.
Goal 11 by Brian Robson again, also for West Ham United, also against Newcastle.
As it is at the moment, Brownlee bringing it forward for Newcastle. Cut out by Brush. Played on again by Robson for Brooking. Brooking playing it in for Robson. Oh, my word, a beautiful goal. Robson against his old club, but a goal of classic proportions.
And goal 12. It's by Ralph Coates last week for Orient against Brighton at Leighton Stadium.
As Lawrenson makes a great run, and a good, honest, earthy shoulder charge there by Joe Mayo. I'm glad that the referee allowed that to go, because that looked perfectly okay. Roffey finding Coates. And a shot, and a beautiful goal by Coates, 2-2.
So there are the glorious 12. You've got to pity us now trying to whittle them down to the final 6. But we shall have done that by next Sunday, when we invite you to vote in our Golden Goals competition for 1979. More details about how you can vote and indeed the prize that you can win. And that's it for this week. Thank you again for being with us. And we leave you today with a defiant look at Queen's Park Rangers struggling to avoid relegation, or at least at their young goalkeeper, Derek Richardson, who saved them from defeat at Tottenham yesterday, though in one crazy moment he almost cost them the game.
Oh, Chris Jones. Oh, and a good save. Taylor with the corner towards Villa. Forward to Pratt, and again the keeper's done well for Rangers. There's the pass for Pratt. Ball played in early towards Chris Jones. Hollins only half getting away, a chance for Villa, and a good save by Richardson. And Taylor. It's a lovely cross by him. Richardson in a bit of trouble, but got it bravely at the second go.